Good morning, everybody. How are you today? It is Friday, July 19th, and some are getting ready for the weekend, and others it's just another day. So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope they had a good evening, and hope they're going to have a great day, as always. So last night was very, very interesting. Well, first, to start off, my sleeping patterns have not gotten any better whatsoever. It has just been god awful. On top of that, I've been having really bad migraines. I was thinking maybe it was because of the heat and the weather, summertime. Somebody did mention the other day that it can happen sometimes with devices. So I think both are correct. But I'll tell you, if you've ever had a migraine, it's one hell of a thing. It just hurts so bad. Anywho, so last night, right? Holy cow. Now, me for one, I'm not really a politics person, meaning I'm not well versed in it. However, something caught my eye last night when I was having an ice pack on my head. Last night with Trump, right? I believe last night was the final night. Oh my God. I don't know, people. All right, let's start out with Hulk, the Hulkster, Hulkamania. It was so funny and cool at the same time. I couldn't believe it until he turned around and was like, described how, he is a entertainer and, you know, spoke about things like how it is when you're an entertainer and getting yourself involved with politics. It's a pretty tricky thing. Back in the day, what did they say? Never at the table talk about religion or politics. That just starts fights and whatnot. But here's the thing. For those that don't know, Hulk Hogan, not that long ago, just married a younger woman named Sky Daly, who is a huge Scientologist. Huge. And her parents are Scientologists as well. So what's really funny is I was thinking to myself, like I was trying to look in the crowd to see if she was there. She might have probably been backstage. So it's like, well, Peter, why are you bringing this up about Hulk Hogan and Sky Daly? Well, that wasn't the only Scientologist thing going on. There was also another fellow that spoke out at the on the viewing last night, and I was just like, I'm trying to remember his name, and I couldn't remember it. I'm like, wait a minute, who is this person? And then I remembered, I believe it was Aaron talked about him, and something to do with Grant Cardone, who Grant Cardone is a huge Scientologist donator. I guess he also, I guess he also tries to bring people in as well. Not tries, he does. He one way or another, whether it's through his business or through so-called sponsorships. But what Aaron was saying on one of his lives recently is that the UFC head Dana White, who introduced Trump last night, uh, is allegedly going to sue or come after Aaron Smith Levin for falsely stating that this Dana White fellow and Grant Cardone are going to be like they're in business or in cahoots or some kind of money changing hands or promoting. And the reason why I'm not fully versed in the information and to speak clearly on that is because it really didn't like it's not that it wasn't important. It's just like another thing, right? I mean, those that know who have spoken about Grant Cardone or seen his 10X things and the disgusting display of the 10X kids or something, like making videos with the kids, all this we know from protesting and listening. We all know that in the end that money gets filtered back into Scientology or recruiting others into Scientology. So that's a given. So you have two people that spoke for Trump. One was Hulk Hogan, who is again married to Sky Daly. And then two, that white gentleman. One way or another, there's a connection between them. Is it a fact and has been proven? I'm not sure yet. I don't know. But when it comes to Grant Cardone, everything does come to light. So we shall see. But here's something I wanted to bring back. To those that know the wonderful Davey Mismanage, he has been anti-Scientologist for a very long time. And quite a nice guy. He's peaceful, he's cool, he knows his stuff. He's got a great sense of humor, does some great videos and shorts, knows how to interact with people. I like him. I have enjoyed him for a long time. When I first got the YouTube channel up, he was one of my first people that I subscribed to. I really have enjoyed him. But the reason why it was a good morning is I was trying to be positive and, have good thoughts and whatnot. And I was going through some old, not like 20 years ago old, but some old videos and old shorts. And I really wanted to share this with you. So let's have a look at this and check this out.
Here's what a real protest looks like. And I have never seen so much public support, so many horns honking on our behalf. It is a good day. And once again, DOA serving anybody who stops by. Grilled cheese sandwich, some tater tots. Come on by. Taking care of the people of LA more than Scientology has ever dreamed of. Although I guess they're coming around about their homophobia. Come on, people. Give us some honks. I was just bragging on you.
So wasn't that pretty cool? That was only 2 months ago. And what a beautiful sight. A lot of the protesters were there, laughing, talking, protesting, signs, just the unity of it all. And when I saw that short made by again protester Davey Mismanage, it really just put a big smile on my face and thinking what could have been. Hopefully the people that are intertwined in other activities or issues and have stuff going on, I really hope and pray that everybody just takes a second and comes back to it. I mean, some creators say, life is too short. You only got one shot. And that is true. You only got one shot. Now, if things can't be mended in private or on a live stream or on a text or phone call, then just, it's sad. It happens, but just part ways. Leave it alone. Don't spread the filth. But if that's your thing, then that's okay too. And again, good morning, everybody. If you're just joining, welcome to my channel. Newcomers, please make sure you're liked and subscribed. All right. So if anybody has anything to share, they want to say, come on up. But I just this morning, like I said, yesterday I felt really bad, but the migraines and whatnot, and my Crohn's was really acting up. But today I felt good, and I just wanted to jump on. And like I said, I just couldn't believe between last night and going through the old stuff, what a combination. So going back to the Trump thing, I don't know if Donald Trump worries about too much. I doubt it. I mean, to me, whatever your political view is a choice, and that's your belief. But for me, I've always been myself the type of person where I don't want a label on it. I just want a president that cares about the United States and our people first. Whether, they're poor or rich or a vet or homeless or, medical needs, that's all I care about. That's all I've ever cared about. So that's where I stand on that. But talking about Trump being, concerned, he definitely had one person that's married to a Scientologist. And don't get me wrong, Hulk Hogan he's a legend. He's been around for years. I mean, I'm pretty sure that he really brought wrestling to a whole nother level. Good morning, Cinderella. Cinderella, so nice of you to join and so great to see you. Hello. But as far as marrying a Scientologist, to me that doesn't make him a mark. I mean, he's old enough and he's smart enough, But then again, ex-Scientologists have said, smart people join Scientology. Their intelligence level, but marrying a younger woman and she's knowing her and her family is Scientologist. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he actually did one of those tours, and in my opinion, only, I think he just did it for his uh, new wife and younger, good-looking wife, just to please her. I feel bad for men sometimes. It's like they really don't want to do it. They don't want to go to fancy dinners and have those little get-togethers, and like the ladies like to do the little chit chats and, oh, you look so cute. You look so cute. Oh my God. And then they get in the huddle and start, girl, did you hear this? Did you hear that? And the men are just like, oh shit, here we go again. Or the honey-do list. It's like, the if the situation is where the men, the husbands or whatever, the boyfriends are working all week and whatnot, and there's not enough hours in the day and they get that honey-do list, it's like, oh man, I feel so sorry for them sometimes. Some of the spouses deserve it, but not all. But yeah, so I think Hulk did that tour in Clearwater just to please her, But I honestly don't think he would ever fall into that crap, especially with, I don't know, a while back he talked about how he's a Christian, and and the Scientologists will say, "Oh, it doesn't matter if you're Christian or Jewish or Buddha. We welcome everybody." So, like the ex-Scientology community has told us for many years, they'll all be sweet as sugar in the beginning and tell you everything you want to hear, and then, said the spider to the fly, come closer, and boom, next thing you know, you're in that web. Cinderella says, never feel sorry for them. So true. Well, it depends. I mean, there's a, I like to think no matter what your deal is, that there are still some nice men out there and good men. You know, there's gotta be. The old joke was, and if don't be oversensitive, people, but back in the day, women used to say, "Oh man, the good men, they're either married or gay. They're already taken." It is what it is. So yeah, with Hulk and that, but again, that guy that spoke at the presidential thing. Again, I don't play it off like I know everything because I don't. I really obviously don't when it comes to that stuff. But again, Aaron had brought that up, and I just found it very interesting that the UFC head Dana White not only introduces Trump, but you know, one way or another is involved with a major rich whale Scientologist. So that's 2 for 2 right there. Do you guys think anything about that? What do you think will become of that? I mean, for a lot of us, the anti-Scientology movement, it means a lot to us. It really truly does. And I've had people say to me, personally, it's like, "Hey, Peter, I understand you're passionate about it, but there's so many other important things going on in the world." And that was a very fair comment, and an honest comment. And that's what I wanted. I want honesty with that. It is true, but it is a major factor that is in the United States and worldwide. I don't care how much Scientology lies about how many people they do or don't have, right? It's the fact that it's still there. And with all the things that they have their hands in, you know, I already have my issues about with leaving the house and my Crohn's. Okay, it's very difficult. It's crippling. I've mentioned that before. But if I had money or if I had insurance or both to go to a doctor, I'm not gonna lie. Right in the back of my head, I'm already thinking like, or I would be thinking on the way like, okay, it's not gonna be right there in their advertisement, but is this a Scientologist? What um are they really a doctor? Are they this? Are they that? Who are they involved with? Could that be slight paranoia to some? Maybe, but I think it just depends on the height you take it. For that level that I just gave an example to, I think it's not a paranoia, it's a concern because getting medical attention is just expensive no matter what. It's crazy. When you excuse me, I think it's the sinuses getting to me again. I think in other countries, um, that they pay with, like if you needed a surgery or go to the doctor, it's taken out of, like it's not out of pocket when the person goes. They don't have to worry about the ambulance bill and the hospital bill and whatnot. But all of Scientology gets its dirty little paws into everything. Yeah, we do have to start somewhere. We do have to start somewhere. Um, you know, it'd be much more honest. It's not the reality, but it would be nice if they were just much more honest. And again, the Scientology and anti-Scientology you know, interlocking with. We've heard so many stories throughout the years. Some people are just hearing about Scientology now through the YouTube channels or documentaries that maybe have never heard it before, but they're just getting involved with so much stuff. How do we know what's true? I had put on my community post, I think uh, it's called Eventbrite. And Eventbrite, I believe, is what they call like an events website. Yeah, it's an events website. And you can click on searching. You can hit Scientology, and then you can click the whether it's in the United States or somewhere else in the world, you can click on, say, Taiwan, or you can click on Toronto, and then the like little choices will come up, and you'll hit that. So say Toronto, um, in Canada, and pop that up. Now I did say it. I did say it in my post that you may not see a per se Scientology event. However, a couple people I shared with and talked to, uh, through YouTube, I let them know. I said, hey, just because it doesn't say a Scientology event per se or on their property doesn't mean that they're not going to try to worm their way in. So Scientology, to me, at points could be like a marketing scheme. Well, it is, right? Because think about it. It's like back in the 70s and the early 70s, the Amway. You get this person, you buy all these products, you sell them, and then you get others interested and they go under you. They go under you. Well, to me, what clicked to me is um, networking events. Networking events. Because what does Scientology do per se? They network. They try to recruit you. They try to do regging, right? They try to get that money. They try to sit there and focus and say, what can we do next? Ergo the term read the room. They're searching, they're looking. It's like a Shark Tank thing. They're going around looking and see who their next victim could be. So when you're looking at that Eventbrite website, again, those marketing events that can be either near you or outside of the area, take a person with you. Go ahead and go to the event. I mean, especially if it's free, right? If it's free for me. I know some events can be very expensive or not everybody has the money. That includes myself. However, take a friend or a couple people with you, get dressed and go there and just read the room and be casual. Don't yell out anything about Scientology or this or that. Just, I like the word schmooze. Schmooze with the people. Check it out. Hi, I'm I'm Sally from the Valley, or I'm Peter from Skippy World, whatever, and just talk and see what it's about. But as you're talking and looking around, keep those ears open. Look for those key words. See if you hear anything that triggers, like not triggers, but it pops in your brain, like, hey, um, that sounds a little Scientology like. Good morning, MD Media. Thank you for joining. Well, thank you. Don't worry about the chat, but I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And thank you. Guys, yes, I shared this on my community page for you. MD Media, thank you so much. That was very thoughtful of you, and I appreciate it. Guys, please make sure you like and subscribe. Cinderella says, Matt, you're Mr. Reliable. Bless you, sir. I want to leave that up. You are MD Media. You are Mr. Reliable, and Cinderella, you're spot on with this. For those that don't know, MD Media is one of the protesters, and he has always been kind and caring and learns and speaks clearly and tries to get to people and makes his point very clear and very calmly. um I'm kind of stumbling on my words because I appreciate him so much. And I'm sure there's many people out there that do. He just has so much class. He brings it wherever he goes. And whether he's out there for 1 hour, 4 hours, 10 minutes, it's definitely quality. I have a lot of respect for him. I mean, I have respect for many people. I truly do. But I'm speaking like that because he's here now. And it's just a little friendly reminder that, you know, you are very much appreciated. I'm going to put this in here. If you're not already subscribed, I put his channel up there. You can look for yourself. Please make sure you like and subscribe to him. Check out his videos, his community post, whatever he has up there. He's a really nice guy. He's not perfect, and neither of any of us. So, Matt, I know I appreciate you to death, but I got to throw that in there. Otherwise, people are going to think I'm blowing smoke up your ass. Oh man. So yeah. So again, getting back to what do you guys think? I mean, I'm not trying to make this big crazy thing about it. It's just something that I thought about. I wonder if getting back to the point about Trump knowing or caring, or if he realizes how deep Scientology gets into people's pockets. What do you think about that? That two people involved one way or another with Scientologists. Let's put it that way. What do you guys think about that? And then the other, oh, that Vicks just went up my nose. Not cool. Dang it. What do you think about that? And then, yeah, I'm not perfect either. It's just if anybody's listening on the replay crew, and if you are, thank you, replay crew, appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Um, but I just want people to know that, again, this isn't blowing smoke. My words are real and genuine, but I don't want them to be like, oh, Lord, which somebody might. Don't care now. No one's perfect. Excuse me. So, let's see here. Cinderella, I do not think Trump cares or knows. Yeah. I want everybody's input on this. I truly do. And Cinderella is being very fair, or Biden, right? Well, I'll tell you what, no matter what people's thoughts or beliefs are, one of the polls that I saw, I had no choice. I was watching the morning news, and it said that that is some of you call the Orange Man the Oompa Loompa, that he's on record for giving the longest speech. And I had seen a comment where somebody said, not only the longest, but Biden couldn't even stand that long. And not going to lie, I was laughing. I thought that was funny as hell. Because that sleepy Joe Biden thing, for real though, could he stand that long? And if he did, just a little shade, if he did have a eye surgery thing going, it scared the hell out of me. I can't even look at that dude. All right, enough of the joking. But what do you guys also think of of the ideas I'm giving you about Eventbrite? Going back to the again, if you find a Scientology event, fantastic. I'm not trying to move you away from that. But what I'm saying is again, like the marketing or the networking events. Okay, so getting back to that, because I lost track. But getting back to that, if you see a network event near or around your area, I think that some of you, it might be a great idea if that's something that you want to do or you're comfortable. And let's face it, it's going to be, if it's an indoor event, who wouldn't mind the AC? But just walk around, see what business, and who knows, you might make a connection yourself. Maybe you have a side hustle or a business, whether it be something art like, or maybe if you're a baker, if you like to bake things and you're very creative, or maybe if it is if you have a dog grooming business or a sign business. I'm just throwing things out there randomly, any kind of business. So you're doing two things at once. You're promoting your own self and you're keeping your eyes and ears peeled for Scientologists. And guys, let's face it, obviously it's July and obviously it's summertime. Yeah, other areas might have different temperatures, but for a lot of us, it's hot as hell. I mean, there's some places where at 6 a.m. it's already 85 degrees. I mean, you take a shower, you get all clean and whatnot, and you go outside and you're already sweating bullets. You're already sweating through your clothes. So these are other ways, in my mind, or my ideas, or my opinion, that you could protest in a different way. So you meet somebody at one of these, networking events, and you might make a new friend. You might make a new business partner. You might make an enemy. But here's the difference between you guys and Scientology. At least your intentions in the end are good, because sometimes the less you say is better. Again, keeping those eyes and ears open, and that goes for me too. Okay, because I can talk sometimes, if some of you haven't already known. But it's a good way. Your intentions are good. Your tactics might be compared, right? But let's face it, L. Ron Hubbard, the majority of the crap he built and fed was all taken from places. It Everything. My opinions and my facts. L. Ron Hubbard, was he in the military? Yeah. All the wonderful things that he said happened, lies. Did he travel a lot? Probably so. Because back then they didn't have all those, new and fun gadgets where you could do filters and editing to that degree. Right? So did he teach them anything? I don't know. Maybe he taught them a couple of things and threw out some BS lines. But I'm sure he also learned stuff from them. But to the extent that he says, who knows? I wasn't there. I wasn't there. It's just common sense. Does he, when he does the things, guys, when he does the war against drugs, did you guys know that, rest in peace, Bob Minton, he passed away. He was a very well-known person and protester. Um, a lot of good things happened when he was around, and it's a shame he's gone. And I never had the pleasure of meeting him, but him and Mark Bunker from Clearwater, who also, he has a YouTube channel like Tori Magoo. Those guys work together, but I believe Mark Bunker, he was there with him a lot. And but anyway, what happened is that he made it a point to let people know Scientology, the drugs against war, the races that they used to have, all for show. The poor people that didn't know, it wasn't really about street drugs. It was about psychiatry drugs. So see how it's like they make it seem like it's a truthful thing, and no kid or person, you know, to be suffering from drugs should be ignored. But again, getting to the fact that these people are thinking that that's what they came for, and it's really a bait and switch. Scientology is there to get money, recruit people, make them think that they're so wonderful and special that they're the only one with the answers. But it's technically against psychiatry and psychology. And you know what? Hubbard was butthurt. Now, as the young people call it, or everybody, I shouldn't just say young people, the people call it, he's butthurt because, excuse me, because L. Ron Hubbard, right, he put this information out to the psychiatry division. My words are not always perfect, so forgive me, okay? But to those that know and to those that don't, Hubbard submitted something to the psychiatry board and they rejected him. And that, to me, is why he got butthurt and then switched it around and said, "Oh, psychiatry is bad, and they do a lobotomy and they shock treatment." All right, yeah, back in the day, that was for certain things, not everything. I mean, you know, he took this little part and then blew it all up, like, oh, this, that, come on. He's just butthurt. And the whole gay thing, not the gay, that's pretty shitty as a, I mean, he is a cult leader, right? But the source, right? But his own son, God rest his soul, was gay. And back then, to be fair, right, things were way different, way different. But I have a tendency to think that Hubbard maybe had some gay tendencies too. I could be wrong. Just a thought. Okay, so those that are just joining in, welcome. Thank you. And if you've been here before, welcome back. So, Mena, good morning. In the UK, medical help is free at the point of contact. It is paid out of the taxes everybody pays. The Tories, I don't know if I'm saying that right or if it's spelled right. And I'm just saying the Tories, Republicans equivalent, are doing their best to destroy the NHS. So I think that's the National Health. Okay. Catching up on Chipmunk Time. No problem. I probably sound better on Chipmunk Time. Cinderella says, agree on the gay and LRH. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, not just for a thank you, but yeah. So see, let me bring this up again. Thank you, Mena. I appreciate you truly. So, like I was saying, obviously I don't live in, outside of the US, but I knew they had some type of thing. But in the UK, medical help is free at the point of contact. So, for that reason, it's just, maybe that's why people in other countries that have this benefit can live longer, because they don't have that extra stress about, oh my God, how am I going to pay for this? Like, there are some states that if you don't pay the hospital bill because you're unable to, not because you're scamming the system, but because you're unable to, or an ambulance bill, they can put a lien on your house and take it away. How many of you seen out in the world, no matter where you live? It's, in real life or on a commercial or, a kind of, whatever, where you say, what do I do today? You go in your pocket, right, and you pull out some change and some lint maybe, and you're like, it's a guessing game. Do I get, and it's really not funny for anyone. Do I get to eat today? Or do I get to do something fun for myself today? Do I pay the electric bill or do I buy food? I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the doctor, but I can't. I have a water bill that's paid, or I need to pay my cell phone bill because without, back then it used to be back in the day when they first started coming out, it was a luxury. Just like my friends back in the day with their Lincoln Town cars, and they had the car phones in the front, right? That was like a luxury, but nowadays it's a necessity. You break down in your car in the middle of nowhere, what are you going to do? There's the cell phone. You got to get that done. Let's see. Mena, trouble is that Scientology has existed during both Democrat and Republican governments. I think Scientology leans toward Republican. Well, with that comment right there, Mena, I again, I'm not well versed, or I'm not well spoken or educated about uh about those parties, because my own fault. I didn't bother educating myself on it. And it's because every time I tried, I came to the conclusion that no matter who's running, I felt, for me, that it was just voting for the better liar, because it's always, oh, when I win or if I'm elected, I promise I'm going to do this. I promise I'm going to do that. And we will. We're the ones paying taxes. Did you guys know in the United States that, unless they changed it, which I highly doubt, that when you have been a president of the United States, no matter what party you're with, you get a salary for life, right? You get a, hear me, you get a salary for life. How is it that when we lose a job, we get encouraged or criticized? Oh, it's okay. It's all right, Peter. You'll get another job. Don't worry about it. Or I'll get the other, type of thing where it's like, oh, suck it up. We all got to work. It's a really shitty thing to say, because, again, this is not a pity party. It's facts. It's facts. My medical condition and other stuff I have going on is crippling. I am not crippled in the way you're thinking. I am physically and emotionally and mentally crippled by Crohn's disease and some other things. I do not have kids. I have never been married. The only kids I've ever had are fur children. I do not have insurance. I do not have a job. Every job that I have applied for, I've either not gotten a response back, or I've gotten one of those, you know, uh, pre bullshit letters, saying, "Oh, thank you, we appreciate you taking the time to apply, but we found somebody else, or you're not qualified." Rejection letter, if you will. And I'm screwed. I am screwed. Doesn't seem to matter. I'm sorry, I hit my mic. It doesn't seem to matter what I say or what I do. Um, I got rejected a little bit back uh, from Social Security or disability, whatever it's called. And I had said before, two lawyers rejected me. Um, it was suggested by a few people to, um, with the lawyers not helping, to what's it called, to appeal. So that has been done, and I have yet to hear anything by cell phone or email. So this is why sometimes you'll see me put my things out there. It's like many people say, it's not uh, it's not anything but appreciated. Okay, it's never expected, but it is appreciated. So any of you, if you would like to help or donate, I don't ask for handouts. What I do appreciate is hand ups. And that's the way I like to look at it, for not just me, but for many people that are out there. When you say, you know, handout, it just makes it, to me, it makes it feel so like demeaning in a way. Like, oh, I'm doing them a favor. Here's a handout. That's just me though. Sometimes I get sensitive in my old age. However, it is what it is. So, a hand up, if you will, if you'd like to. All right, let me get back to the comments here. Cinderella says, bingo, I will never claim a party. Good morning, MLH. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. I love your eyes. In my opinion, our system is broken. I agree with that comment right there. It doesn't matter what side you're on. Those words are perfect right there. Let me pop that back up. And again, Mexican long hair, good morning. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. In my opinion, our system is broken. Yeah. It doesn't matter what side you're on. It's a total shit show. I've said it excuse me, I've said it in the past plenty of times, in my opinion. Every time the United States puts their nose in somebody else's business, whether they ask for the help or not, the United States gets slapped in the face. The American people get slapped in the face. Think of what you will, say what you want. This is just my opinion fact. Okay? It has nothing to do with anything else. Don't get it twisted. Don't start making assumptions. Don't start doing this and that. It's just a very clear statement, and that's it. It's not about a party. It's not about a side. It's not about humanity or compassion. Listen, if you're rich and got money coming out the butt and you want to send it over to another country, that's your business. That's your thing, right? Remember back in the day, the character Gloria from All in the Family, right? She had to save the children, feed the children, right? Okay, that's if you want to do that, that's fine. But I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the government. I'm talking about our government. Why do we bother calling we the people of the United States of America? Are we really? I mean, shit, you're giving money to everybody else under the sun. How can you tell us, the American people, when we need help, the ones that are struggling to eat every day or pay their bills every month? How are we supposed to take it any other way? You're telling us we're in debt. Well, stop giving everybody our goddamn money. How about that? How about that? I'm sorry, people, but I'm not. Sorry, not sorry. It's fucking annoying as shit. I'm sitting here, right? And I got all my, I'm just talking about me, right? Me personally. I got stuff going on. I need help. No, but the health department, right? I talked about this. I called there. I said, "Good morning." I said, "I was wondering what day your free clinic is." And the lady was nasty. She said, "We don't have one." Then I said, "Well, what day do you give out vouchers for referrals for dentists and doctors?" She said, "We don't do that either." I said, "Well, it's funny because a friend of mine, 3 counties away, she was able to get that, and this bitch on the phone said, well, then go to that county," and hung up. I'm like, what the hell? Then, the churches, God bless them. I mean, I've called them and I've said, listen, you know, I really need help. I said, I'm by myself. I don't have children. I said, but everywhere I turn, whether it's for utilities or doctors or something, nobody's helping me. This is not just a one off, guys. This has been for over 7 years. Way over 7 years, as far as the doctor thing and insurance and shit like that is concerned. Job wise has been, uh, uh, you know, been a while, but not like that. And a lot of the churches turn around where they're like, I'm sorry, we wish we could help, but we already gave to families that have children or in need. And I was like, listen, Padre, you don't have to apologize. I understand people that have children come first. I get it. Don't ever apologize for that. But it just seems every time I ask for help when I need it, in that regard, I get shit on. Mexican long hair. Biden is about to drop out, according to the reports. That's what I heard too. Yeah, it is effing embarrassing. Eric Rowe, good morning. Thank you. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for being here. Biden and Trump are both horrible candidates. We need candidates that represent the people. 100. Yeah, like I said earlier, I've never claimed a title because it's just, to me, like I said, it's been for a long time just voting for the better bullshitter. And I have been honest and said, I'm not very well versed in politics. Throwing, I'm just throwing it out there the best way I can explain that I just want somebody that's for the people. You know, I mean, whatever your political views are, I do not want to nor care to shit on them. I'm just saying we only have two, right? We only have two. And to be honest, with what I've seen with our president now, the good things that have been done should not be taken away. However, selfishly me, I'm still over here like the old Eddie Murphy comedy routine. What have you done for me lately? Or Janet Jackson singing that. One, take your pick. I'm I'm screwed. At least I know from when Trump was around, for me as an American citizen taxpayer, things were better. We need a people's party. I started giggling when I was reading your comment, Mexican long hair. I started I started giggling when I read it, and right when I was putting it up, because I was thinking party people. Whoops, there it is. Whoop, there it is. That song just kicked in my head. Sorry. Okay, Menno. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. So anyway, getting back to it, what do you guys think about the protesting in a different manner of going to those events and checking them out? Because guys, I want you to take care of yourselves too. I know there's a lot of chatter going around about, this and that and the other thing, which I am not going to get into at all today. However, to be honest and to be fair, it's like I said earlier, it's hot as hell out. You guys, all you guys out there, boots to the ground. I am not there at your home and know your schedules, nor is it my business, but I'm just speaking freely, saying that, it's hot as hell. It's not like when it's cooler weather and it's more pleasant to protest. So no matter what no matter what, take care of yourself first. Make sure you're hydrated, make sure you're cool. I mean, I feel bad for the protesters that are out there around 12 o'clock, when the sun's beating down on you, for God's sakes. And it's not safe. It's definitely, from a viewer's point, it's appreciated that you're out there. That I'm never going to have that, attempted to be taken away from any of you. But again, that's my point is that it's very dangerous to be out there and it's that hot. And if it's only for 20 or 30 minutes, then great, have at it. Think of it like this. You don't have to have a stream that lasts, a long time, to put it pleasantly. You don't. It's the quality. not the quantity, right? So if you're out there and you could do maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes of a protest, however you choose to do it, whether it's chalk art or flyer art, flyer tech, chalk tech, whether it's signs. Guys, remember I gave Miss Kim, who's another YouTube creator, I gave her an idea that there was a metal, city post sign behind her, and she had a sign. Go to Home Depot or whatever kind of store and get a magnet and just pop that sucker right up there. I mean, we have hands-free equipment for our phones and stuff, right? So why not work smarter, not harder? Mexican long hair brings up a very good point. I don't think there is a wrong way to protest. And see, that's a very honest and mature comment right there. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. Type in something in here. Okay. And Cinderella says, I love the signs over the highway. Me too. Oh, I love that. I love that. I think it's great. Um, from what I know in Canada, the protesters out there, that you have to have a permit for it. So when it comes to a highway in Canada, right? Or overpass, what some of us call, you can't do it. What you have to do is you have to go to the council and apply for a permit. Now, the good thing about in Canada is that they don't. It's not like you have to pay for the permit and then get denied and lose your money. You apply for the permit, and if they approve it, then you pay the money for it. I don't know how much it costs, but that's how it works up there to our friends to the north. Okay, Cinderella, no problem. Listen, you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for coming into the chat into my channel. I hope everything goes well, and you have a wonderful day. You take care. I also want to put this in the chat, guys. If you're not already subscribed, please go to Mexican Longhair. Please make sure you like and subscribe to him. He is not only a Scientology protester, he is a 1A First Amendment auditor, and plus he has some other great content that he does as well. Make sure you go check him out. Let's see. I know I'm jumping all over the place, guys. I think the coffee's just kicking in. Let's see. Covered that. Covered that. Covered that. Okay. Yeah, and again, getting back to MLH's comment, I don't think there is a wrong way to protest. There isn't. It's all about you guys. You're the ones that are doing it. You're the ones that are contributing. You're the ones that are making all this happen. You know? Some do it with paperwork. Like if you ask me to, I love to help behind the scenes, but if you ask me to do paperwork about government stuff, I it's totally out of my realm. I have no clue. I can't even do my own paperwork. However, if you need me to look for something and give me a little bit of direction that way, then I'll work my butt off. I'll spend as much time as I can to possibly find out what needs to be done. That isn't a problem. So there's government paperwork, there is signs, there are flyers, there's chalk, there's conversations. I know of one of the protesters went to speak to a government official, and forgive me, I don't recall what capacity it was, but wanted to speak to them about the tax exempt status and the nonsense that Scientologists pull, you know? And that's something that I can't do because I mean, if I learned how to speak better, more properly. Okay, no problem, MLH. You take care. Give my love to her. And glad you're still listening. No problem. No problem. Love you, Bernie. Be a good little girl. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure with practice I could, but it's really not my thing. I'm more of a blunt person, and if you have me do that, I don't think it would go too well because I'm just gonna say it like it is, and that's not always a good thing. That's why I stick to this. I can get away with it. Try to put me in front of a politician, I'll just let him have it. I'll go all out. Um, you know, but I want to do my part, and I try to do it any way I can, and I will continue to do so. So does anyone else that maybe have just joined in? Good morning. Please make sure you are liked and subscribed to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. But if anybody has anything else that they want to discuss or bring up, just let me know. Oh yeah, one thing I did want to comment on too. Okay, so for those that don't know, there is a uh, there is a thing called sptv.space. Now, the creators that did this, they put a lot of hard work into it. They put their time, their education, their money, their own money into this. And what I like to break it down is like old school, is it like a TV guide? Only it's for YouTube and protesters. So let me put this up on the screen. I also have it in the comments. Okay. And what that is let me see if I could share it. So just to give you a little taste of it. Hold on, let's see here. Yeah, I can. Okay. All right, so see this right here? So let me hit the refresh. So sptv.space has done this where everything is self-explanatory here. So there's the directory, right? The resources, I Spy. I believe that was added a while ago. What that is that if you're out there protesting or not, so you don't have to be a protester per se to check this out. Okay, this is not for protesters only. This was made so that people could be aware of all the things going on about Scientology. And then there's this about section. So just as I said, it's like a TV guide only for YouTube, right? So it has all the information here. Let me go back. And then if you scroll down when on your own time when you'd like to look, it'll tell you who's live now. Updates and info. So I just want to scroll really quick. So they even have a list of traveling auditors. That means they might live in a state or a country specifically, but they have gone to other cities or states or countries to protest as well. So you have that. And then really quick, not trying to give you a speed bump here. But see, so there's Canada, there's Europe, there's Australia, and then down below, you'll see the other categories. The two down here, always in our hearts, just a quick explanation. Freelance Adventure is a very beautiful soul who was inspired to be out protesting in Austin, Texas. Unfortunately, she had passed away. And then DBNC was Dazed But Not Confused. Doug Kramer was a survivor of Scientology. He was also anti-Scientology protester that spoke out. He did not protest recently before his passing per se, boots to the ground, but he was there with the anonymous times, and he was really great. They both had their own unique style. Great people. So, with that being said, what I have been doing when I don't do live streams and not in the middle of typing on my community tab, uh, I have been liking, sharing, and people's lives. And what I'd like, and I've gotten into the habit of doing that a while back. I've been doing that for a while. So, what I would like to do is just for today, only because now there's only one person, I'm going to put their live into my chat. Okay. Now, what I want to do moving forward is that when I, excuse me, when I'm ending my live, I'm going to put the sptv.space in there when there's more than one person live, because I want you to make a choice. We're not Scientologists. We don't have to be told what to do. I would like to give my viewers a choice. So again, this is to Per Scientology Audit. She is now live. You can go watch her and give your support. If you want to do a room raid, those are fun too. And again, in the future, I'll put the sptv.space when there are multiple people. You can click on that link and then go see the person that's live of your choice. All right, guys, I'm going to end it right there. I thank you all for joining and being here. I hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy it. Hug the person you love. Maybe open a door for somebody. A random act of kindness might make you feel better, might make somebody else feel better. And as I'd like to say, have a great day. If you can't be good at it. Thanks for watching.